combinations and permutations are ways that we can find out how many possibilities there are. With combinations, order does not matter as far as what order we have things. Permutations, order does matter. So I wrote out these two. I wrote out the work to hopefully save time on the video. But these two right here, this is like what you were presented with. One of them has a C, one of them has a P. So you know it's combinations or permutations. But they're referring to the same idea. You have 3 choices, and you need to choose 2 at a time. Same thing over here, 3 choices, choose 2 at a time. So those numbers 3 and 2 mean the exact same thing. And so I just made up a scenario where there are 3 colors, and we have to pick 2 at a time. The difference comes in, as you see down here, whether order matters or not. And so this first choice, red and blue chosen together. Second choice is red and green. Third choice is blue and green. Those are your only 3 options. If you're going to pick 2 colors, those are your only 3 options. For the formula-wise, if you're going to use the formula, this is your general formula, and then you just need to understand that the first number is they call N, the second number they call R. There's not a specific reason that you need to know about why they use those letters, but just know that the first one is N, the second one's R, and then you are just putting them into this equation. The last piece of this you need to understand is, what does the exclamation point mean? And it's called factorial. What it means is you take whatever number is listed multiplied by every number smaller. So as you can see, I got down here. So once I got to say this step right here, I took 3 factorial. 3 factorial is 3 times every number smaller, which is 2 and 1. And that's why you see 3 times 2 times 1 down here. So solving that equation, you got the same answer we got by the visual. 3 possibilities. Now what you'll notice with permutations, it looks very similar. And I'm just going to focus on the visualization first. Okay, the first choice is the same as that I had in combinations. The difference is red and blue is different than blue and red when you're talking about permutations. So order does matter, if red is first or if red is second. Same thing for this right here, red and green is different than green and red. And blue and green is different than green and blue. So we find that we get 6 options for choosing 2 colors because order matters now, which one's first. Formula-wise, you'll notice there's one thing missing. There is no other R factorial on the bottom. And that's what allows us to have more possibilities with permutations. And by plugging in these numbers, you can see again the exclamation point means you multiply by everything smaller. I guess I should put a 1 here. 3 times 2 times 1 is 3 factorial, 1 factorial. There's no number smaller than 1 because 0 is not an option for factorial. So it's just 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 1. You get the same number, 6. And those are permutations.